Friday. I'll be there on the sideline covering it. And then also wanted to talk with you a little bit about Eric Monroe. I haven't spoke to him before, so I was hoping after the game to maybe catch him for a couple quick minutes. You think that would be okay?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be fun.
Awesome. I guess, okay, first of all, this game, I know it's been a notorious, a tough game each year, close each year. I was at the North Shore Manville game last year. I know you guys, you being the new head coach there, a lot of players, some of the good players gone from each team, but, rising stars on each team as well. What do you see from Manville as you guys prepare this week?
They're explosive offensively. I think their receiving core has got to be one of the tops in the Houston area. Obviously, Derek King, quarterback, is the guy that did the whole thing go, and he's got nothing but better. I've been really, really impressed watching him as a passer. Now he's improved since last year and then, of course, this summer. Their offensive line, they've got one side that's just huge and another side that's smaller but very athletic, but collectively just amazing with well-coached group. And then a running back that can hurt you both power and speed. So offensively, I think it's hard pressed to find a group anywhere in the state that's just explosiveness is what they're going to bring to the table. But I really feel like Washington against Westfield defensively is where they made their biggest strides. Again, they've got some top recruits in the back end, but their D-line plays some great technique. I was really impressed with their linebackers. And that group just, anytime you go up on a team like Westfield where you find enough, you're doing some things right. So, they got their kicker returning, so they've got all the pieces in place, in my mind, to make a serious run.
And when you spoke about their defense, when you look at your defense as well, some top recruits from the 2016 class, specifically Eric Monroe. Tell me a little bit about him and what he brings to the table.
Well, Eric's still growing as a football player. He's tremendously gifted as an athlete. We played him at both safety mostly last year. We've also played him at a lot of corner throughout the course of the spring. He got a little banged up through the summer, and so we kind of brought him along slowly in the first games. He probably played half the snaps. But Eric is a gifted player that's still learning to play the game. And when that light comes on, I think it'd be truly special.
And then, as far as recruiting goes, what's your approach with these guys? Do you allow them to go visit schools during the season? Do you allow them to even really focus on recruiting during the season? Do you have a certain policy as far as all of that goes? Or what's your direction with the recruiting process, especially having highly recruited kids like them?
Well, the 2016 kids, we're more focused on what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of that, of course, we're getting caught up in the internet and everything with that recruiting team. But at the end of the day, they got a little bit of time. And the way recruiting's been here recently with the early offers, it's hard pressed to find a kid that's not slipping. The kid is highly recruited this year. So we really try to pump the brakes on the juniors. The seniors, it's a little bit case by case. We've got the kids that need to go somewhere locally to see, but again, like most football programs, we're 6 days a week. So if we can work it out where we can get up during our bye week, that's obviously ideal. But we kind of work that with by case to case basis on our 2015.
I see. With a guy like Eric, like I said, I've not spoken with him before, but does he have a clear favorite kind of school? I know the focus isn't that, but did he grow up a fan of something, have family at other schools? Is it a clear vision of where he's going to go, or, are all these schools that are after him so early actually have a shot?
Yeah, I think everybody is still open. He's at a point where you probably start to narrow down the top five, and the top five is the big most impressive schools. So he's one of those athletes that come out of this. Everybody's going to be playing good football. People that he's looking at, and whether or not he's at a point where it's top five, we really haven't had that conversation in this early in the year. We've been, especially with the schedule that we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
We've been focused on the Clear Springs, and of course this week Manville. I would anticipate after this week that the next one and the next one, and he has that luxury with a 2016 kid where you don't have to delve into that right now. But recruiting on him obviously is picked up with the SEC and the Big 12 and the Pac-10
When he does that, what are some of, I guess, some of the advice that you give him as far as that goes? Especially these kids where they have the option to go kind of anywhere they want.
Yeah, I think the biggest advice for us is, especially with a kid like that, is you have to go where you're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those kids where they all of a sudden get this big time offer, and even though they don't feel necessarily comfortable there because it's such a bigger school in terms of the football program, and maybe some of the offers that they have on the table, they almost feel obligated to go. Eric's not going to be in that boat. When he does narrow it down to the top five, all of those places are going to be big time football schools, big time academic schools, and so at that point, it's got to be where you feel comfortable. You're not going to do anybody good coming home after one semester because you just didn't fit in.
Right.
And that's where the unofficials and the official visits come in and get to know the coaching staff and for him just to make a decision at the end of the day of where you feel most comfortable to do this. And they're doing a great job of preparing them for the next level and getting them ready and doing the things that I'm sure he's asked by Inspire.
Yes, sir. You spoke about academic, big academic school and athletic school as well. How are his academics?
His academics are good. He's a solid student. He takes that part of it seriously. I don't know that you can call him a guy that will come to TV to, but he's certainly a kid that works hard at it and takes it serious. And, that's our job, just to make sure that he stays on that straight and narrow. Obviously, the attention that he's getting from the outside, it's pretty easy for a kid at his age to start feeling pretty good about himself and just assume he needs a title in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's where we step in and his mom, obviously, and make sure that he understands what the priorities are.
And what's his mom's name?
Her last name is Shallow.
Okay. Is she kind of the one that oversees everything and is kind of maybe at all the games and?
Yeah, he's part of her life, and so when there's something about Eric, that's the person that I call.
Okay.
He does a great job monitoring him, and they got a pretty good relationship.
All right, great. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. I can't wait for the game. I know it'll be a big one and packed house.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. We're excited about it. So hopefully it'll plan out the way everyone expects it to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sure it will be. Will definitely be a good one. I look forward to meeting you as well.
Good. Sounds good, Courtney. I appreciate you calling.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Coach John K.